All right, we are going live. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna drink some water while doing that. All right, so I think that we are live. Look at that. Hey, good morning. All right, I just want to make sure I'm streaming from Zoom today. So I just want to make sure that this actually comes up. And of course, it does not shoot me to my page. Why would it do that? That is so silly. Oh, Facebook, you're driving me crazy. I'm telling you. Okay, let's see. All right, there we go. So the sound's going to pop up for a second so I can see your comments. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Good morning. Good morning. How are we doing? Okay. So it's funny. So after the last video where I talked about sleep, and moving and hydrating, I got a whole bunch of feedback from people. They were like, I'm too busy. I have too many things to do. Like, I already can't, I already feel scattered. I can't sleep at night. Hey, Jana, good morning. Hey, Key, good morning. And I got a whole bunch of pushback from people like, there's not enough time in the day. I can't do this. I can't. Okay. So, can I just tell you? So first of all, I thought the same thing too. I did. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not perfect. Okay. I'm absolutely not perfect. I'm trying to hydrate right now. Hey, Angel, good morning. So I'm in this challenge right now, where it's funny. So the woman who's running the challenge, her name's Corinne Crabtree, and she swears like a truck driver. And so she plays this game that every time she swears, you drink water. I'm super hydrated. It's great. Because I've been listening to her stuff all week. So I'm trying to hydrate. See, it's just that simple, right? Just picking up the bottle and taking sips. But I know that a lot of you are saying like, I'm having trouble because I'm really, really scattered. I can't fall asleep. I'm not sure what to do next. And I just feel like I'm spinning. Like when I have a couple hours to work on the course or work on my business or do anything, I'm paralyzed. So here's what I want you to try to do. I think there's a lost art in this really. Get yourself a notebook, okay, or a piece of paper. Okay, so I have this in the back of my planner, and write things down. Okay. I know it's funny because so this month for April, we're doing back to basics on the podcast. And this is a basic thing. Write things down. Okay. I know you're like, well, Kristen, I have, I put it on the computer or I do this or, it's all in my head. It's okay. It's not okay. It's not. If you're feeling like things are spinning constantly, if you're feeling like everything's kind of like disordered, if you feel like you're losing track of things, if you feel like you can't sleep because your mind is racing and you're waking up in the middle of the night thinking about things, you are not writing enough down. Okay. And so what types of things do I write down? Okay. So first of all, I just have a planner on my desk all day long. And so if I think of something, if I have an idea for something, if I see a quote that I like, if I see, something, I have an idea for a podcast. Oh, I have an idea for a live. Oh, I have an idea for a Facebook post. Oh, I have an idea for, something that I don't want to forget. I write it down. Okay. I write it down. When I am learning, okay. And I know some of you in BTS are really good about this because I've seen your notebooks of stuff. But some of you are going through bookkeeper training school and you're not writing down a thing. You're not taking any notes. You're not filling in the workbook, which is really cool. You get this whole big long workbook when you buy bookkeeper training school. If you're in the course and you're not using it, it's in the welcome section of the Success Roadmap 2.0. If you go in, you can print out the workbook, write everything down, take notes, go through the exercises. Because the problem is what y'all doing is you're just you're rushing through. You're like, no, I have time to write down. No, I'm not going to take notes. No, I'm just going to go. And then you're like, I don't know this stuff. I can't do it. I don't have the confidence. Got to write things down. Okay. So listen, the reason that you need to write things down is because your brain, okay, your brain needs the tactile, right? The touching connections. And so we still learn way better when we write things down, okay, than when we type on a screen, okay? So even if you're taking notes, like if you're taking notes on the computer, it's not the same as when you are taking notes by writing them down, okay? And I know some of you don't like to write. You got to teach this to your kids too. I'm trying to like reverse all of the stuff that the middle schools and the high schools are doing when they get to college. And I'm trying to get kids to write things down again, okay, when they get to my college classes. I'm telling you, okay, our brains do not do as well when we're dealing with screens as they do when we're not. That's why we created the workbook. We ask you to print it out. You know, we ask you to fill it out as you're going through the course. Really, really important. If you find that you cannot sleep at night because of all of the, you've got lots of stuff rushing around, you've got lots of ideas, you've got lots of fears, all the things, keep a notepad. Like it can be something as simple as, let me show, I have so much. It's funny, I'm not a paper person, but I always need to have something to write stuff down. You can keep one of these are super cheap, right? You can get something, you can get little scratch pads at Walmart. I don't care what you get, okay? But get something to write things down, okay? And so keep something by your bed. And so when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, oh my God, I need to call this person, right? Is that just me? Does that ever happen to you guys? Can you give me like a like or something if that happens to you, that you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, I need to call this person. I need to call the doctor. I need to call the dentist. And it's like, you can't go back to sleep because all you can think about is, I need to call the doctor. I need to call the dentist, or I need to call whatever woke you up, right? So what you need to do is, if you have a little notepad, okay, just turn on the light, say, call the doctor in the morning, call the doctor. And then you can go back to sleep, because your brain, see here, the way our brains work is our brains go, hey, hi, 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 don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. It's like a toddler, right? Don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. Until you either do it or you deposit it somewhere, right? And so if you write it down on the notepad, your brain goes, oh, she wrote it down. Okay. All right, we're all right. We can go back to sleep now. It's okay. She's not going to forget. It's on the notepad. Okay. And then you go back to sleep. If you're really worrying about things and it's just cycling in your brain, get out a piece of paper and write it down. Write down what you're thinking. Write down how you're feeling. And I know for some of you, you've never done this before. So what you do is just write, like, get it out, like just do a brain dump. It doesn't have to be sentences. It can just be like bits of thoughts. I'm not asking you to like journal a novel, okay? What I want you to do is, I just want you to get it out of your head. And then what I want you to do is, I want you to look at it and say, okay, so if I'm writing down, if I'm afraid of all these things, I got something in my eye, I got a little dust. If it's something that is like a fear, right? Like if you're sitting there like, I am never, I'm never going to get a client, right? There are no, there are no small businesses hiring bookkeepers. When you get afraid, fear comes in absolutes, right? So fear is not going to be like, well, I might get some clients, but it's going to say, I will never get a client. There are no clients. There are no small businesses hiring bookkeepers. So you can go, okay. All right. So let's deal with these absolutes here. So say, okay, I will never get a client. Okay. Well, I know lots of people in bookkeeper training school who have clients, right? And so if I go do what they do, right, and Kristen's going to help me do this, I am going to get a client. Okay. I'm going to get my first client. And once you get your first client, like after that's so easy to get more, but it's like that first client is just like the worst. Good luck with that. God bless. So you're surrounded by the negative. So Janet just said, I hate hearing people say good luck with that. So here's the thing. So are they being sarcastic when they say that? Or are they actually saying like, oh, good luck with that? Because there's, oh, good luck with that. And then there's, oh, good luck with that. Right. So here's the thing. When people say, oh, good luck with that, what I want you to do is I want you to go into the QuickBooks Pro Advisor lookup. Okay, it's the sarcasm. God bless. Those are the people you don't talk about your business anymore. Okay. They say, bless their heart. They're stuck in their own crap. I'm going to go do my thing over here. Okay. That's what I do with those people. Bless their heart, right? That's like a Southern thing. I'm moving to the South, but I'm not from the South. That was when I heard about that saying, I'm like, that is the greatest thing I've ever heard. Because that's not what we say in New England. What we say in New England can't be said on my Facebook channel. So, but when you get people like that, you're like, okay, that's so nice. We got enough going on with our own crap in our own heads to be bothered with people who are going to be. But that's a whole nother. Go back and listen to the beginning of March when I talked about Facebook and not letting that crap on your Facebook. So when that happens, when you have that fear, right, you need to say, okay, how can I rebuff this? Right? How can I cancel out the negative thoughts? So when somebody says to you, or when you say to yourself, good luck with that, you're never going to get a client. Okay. Let's start running the numbers. So I want you to go in, I want you to read all the wins that we have, right, in the community in Bookkeeper Training School, right, in the Empower Bookkeeper Network. Go read all the wins that we have. Go read through all the posts where people are like, oh my God, we had a bunch of them this week. We had a bunch of people who got their first client, their first 2 clients, their first 3 clients, lots and lots of people, because it's the season, right? And I know like some people, they're getting a little frustrated because they're like, well, it's tax season. And, this is like the really good time of year to pick up clients. And it totally is. What I'm finding though, is that my clients who don't have bookkeepers, they're just coming to me now and saying, hi, I need my bookkeeping done. I'm like, guys, it's April 1st. Like, I think a lot of people got thrown off by the extension of the deadline. And so they're just not they're not there yet. Okay. So what I'm finding is that people are running really late. Keep up your marketing, right? Keep up what you're doing. Okay. But when that fear comes up, that you're never going to get a client, I want you to go into the Empower Bookkeeper Network and I want you to look up all the people who are getting clients. Like every single day, people are posting that they're getting new clients. Okay. And say, okay, what can I do? Right? What can I do? What actions can I take to make it more likely that I am going to get my first client within the next 2 weeks or the next 30 days or whatever your timetable is? So, okay, so you're going to go through, you're going to follow the roadmap. You're going to make sure you're doing all the things I tell you to do. Okay. You're going to sit for the QuickBooks certification exam, right? And you're going to get that passed. You're going to get your contracts in place. You're going to get all of your stuff so that when that person reaches out to you, you're going to look super professional and you're going to have all your stuff in order. You don't want to be scrambling at the last minute. A lot of people, they go through the roadmap, they get certified, and then they get all excited and they stop. You got to keep going through, the last 10 hours of the course, because that's where all the contract stuff is. Okay. Get all your stuff together, be doing that pre-launch marketing plan, right? That is so key. Those of you that are in the course, if you're not using the pre-launch marketing plan, okay, make sure that you're using that, because a lot of people are getting their first leads off that pre-launch marketing plan. Okay. So make sure you're using that. And then just keep going through and saying, okay, am I doing the marketing like Kristen says? Am I going out there? Is my LinkedIn all set up? Am I doing all the things? Because the more you get out there, the more people you talk to, right? The quicker you're going to get that first client. Okay. I'm telling you, I remember, hey, listen, when I started my business, okay, if you haven't heard this, if you've heard the story, I'm sorry. Okay. But if you haven't heard the story, when I started my business, okay, and I'm networking locally, I was going through cancer treatment. Okay. I was going through chemo. And so I'm going through chemo. Okay. All my hair fell out when I went through chemo, all my hair. I had peach fuzz on the top of my head. Okay. And I put on my hat every day. I was super pale. Okay. There were times I couldn't go out because my immune system was so bad. Okay. But when I could go out networking, I was out there networking, no hair. Okay. Pale, pale, pale. Going, hi, my name's Kristen, and I'd like to be your accountant. Tell me about your business. I like literally like I'm going out there. Okay. Just like sick as a dog. And but I went out there. Okay. And I made it happen. And I'm telling you, and it was, once I got that first client, I'm like, okay, I can do this. Right? I can do this. And you can do this. I know you can. But the problem is that a lot of you are not giving yourself enough credit. And you're allowing the fear to stop you before you even start. If you're not sure what you're going to say, then write it down. Just write it down. Okay. If you want to practice what you're going to say on a call, or hell, even if you just want to practice, like, conversing back and forth with somebody via messenger, go ask. If you're in my course, go ask in the group. If you're not in my course, go ask in the small biz mama community. Say, hey, listen, guys, I'm looking for somebody that I can practice just chatting with online, or maybe hop on a Zoom just to get more comfortable, doing this. Does anybody want to do that? Would that be okay? The more you practice, the better you're going to be. The more you write things down, the clearer your mind is going to be. Okay. But you guys, like, it's funny because like a lot of you come to me and you're like, you want the secret, what's the secret? What's the key? How did you get where you are with the kind of clients you have? How did you get all the experience that you have? How did you get all the knowledge you have? How'd you get so good at QuickBooks? How do you know where everything QuickBooks is? I did it. I played around with it. I wrote, when I'm trying to figure out, even like for something like this, I'm like, all right, what am I going to talk about today? What have I been seeing out in the world? Right? What are people asking me about? And I wrote down some notes, right? And that's what I did. I just wrote down some notes. The only way to get better is to put yourself out there and do it. Whether it's writing, whether it's speaking, whether it's bookkeeping, whatever it is, get out there and do. Stop passively learning. I just recorded a podcast about this. It's going to come out next Tuesday. Okay. Where you talk about, you've got to stop, you've got to stop learning. You've got to stop just learning. You've got to stop like waiting for the right moment for everything to happen so that you can do. You just got to start doing. It's okay. If your mind's all cluttered up, start writing it down. It'll help. All right. Let me know if you have any questions about this. Let me know what you're struggling with. We have this great form, in case you guys don't know. It's called, it's at askkristen.net, where you can ask any questions you have. If there's anything you want me to talk about in a live or in a podcast, or, if you're one of our members in Bookkeeper Training School or Empower Bookkeeper Network, you can ask questions there as well. Oh, and just a reminder, if you're in Empower Bookkeeper Network, we moved the call. Today's call is not going to be at 1:30 Eastern. It's going to be at 7:30 Eastern. Check your email or check the community online for the Zoom link to join us on the call. All right. I hope you all have an awesome day. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. All right. Bye.